Tested my credit and boosted it up. You ain't running plays, you ain't one of us. Meeting with lenders, gaining they trust. 100K funding, that ain't enough.
All right, y'all, so today I want to tell you how to properly structure your credit report in 2025 to be able to get access to $100,000 in funding. Also, if you don't have your credit right now, there are ways to still leverage credit with having bad credit, y'all. So just because you have bad credit, it doesn't mean that it's over, y'all. So the reason why I want to tell y'all there's new things happening in 2025, the banks are changing up the lending, y'all. The climate has changed. A lot of people have been defaulting on their credit cards and their lending. So now they're changing up everything, y'all. So credit builders, we used to talk about credit builders a lot. Oh, get Kickoff, get Self, get Ava, get this one, get that one. Next thing you know, somebody might have 6 credit builders on their credit report. Guess what? The lenders are turning down people who have multiple credit builders. So there's a proper way that we have to structure our credit report, y'all. And these products that we can get with certain banks is gonna help us build up our credit. So first things first, I'm not gonna say all credit builders are bad, but you don't wanna stack your credit report with 5 or 6 credit builders. So let me give you one credit builder that's actually good. I would say Credit Strong is probably one of the best credit builders that you can get because it shows up as an actual bank. So now when it pops up on your credit report, it shows up as Austin Bank, y'all. When you get Kickoff, and stuff like that, now, them type of credit builders, the lenders know, all right, that's Kickoff, they just got a credit builder. Why are they building up their credit? Now it just looks like you're trying to rebuild something that went left. They know about the credit sweeps now. It's nothing new now, y'all. So we had to be mindful. The people, here's how the stats go. They see a lot of people who have credit builders and they got access to a lot of funding and they defaulted. Now they're gonna look at credit builders like, hey, these people are trying to take the easy way out. So now here's how we're gonna build up our credit report. A lot of times we say, don't get secured credit cards. No, that's not the case. There are certain banks that will allow you to get high limit secured credit cards. We were saying no to the Capital One secured credit cards because guess what? They start you off at a $200 limit, and then now that's bad comparable credit when it's time to go get lending. They see that you got a $200 secured loan on your credit report. Now you're trying to get lending. Guess what? They're gonna give you $500. So we'll go to a bank like Navy Federal because guess what? They offer a $5,000 secured credit card, y'all. And then we got a bank like Discover, they'll start you off at a $2,500 secure credit card. But guess what? The secure credit card is actually proving that you have your own capital. So now we want to use strategies showing the bank that we have our own capital instead of just getting these $25 a month credit builders. Once again, credit builders are not bad, but that's not all we want to have on our credit report. We want to show these lenders that we do have our own type of capital too. So what we want to do next, so we just got 2 secured credit cards, right? We got one from Discover, 2,500, and then we got one from Navy Federal. And the good thing about Navy Federal and Discover is they actually give you a graduation period. So in 90 days, they'll evaluate how you did with that secured credit card, and they'll either raise the limit and make it unsecured, or they'll just make it unsecured, unsecured credit card. So those are the 2 secured cards you want to get. That's starting off. Next thing you want to do, I told y'all, Credit Strong is good. You can get Credit Strong. That's 3 accounts, y'all. So now when we look at a credit report, we want to have at least 10 good accounts before we ask for lending. So now we're at 3. The next 3 accounts I would get is a secured loan, y'all. And there's multiple banks that we can get these secured loans from. We actually want to look into the details of certain secured loans because certain secured loans, they'll let you pay it off, but like, all right, for instance, Navy Federal, you can go in there and you can pay 98% of the loan off and then it can pay itself off over time. Next thing you know, you got it for at least 36, you might have got the loan for 24 months, but now you paid off 98%, So your next payment isn't until 18 months later, y'all. But not all banks let you do that. So we got to know which banks to go to. So now we'll go to Navy Federal, for instance. You just got your tax return back. You just came into some money, $2,500 on the low end, y'all. On the low end. 5K on the low end, y'all. The higher, the better. So a lot of people ask me, yo, how much should I put into a secure loan? You should put whatever money you got right now, because you get it right back. That's one thing people don't tell you about this. So now I got a $5,000 secure loan with Navy Federal, and they allow you up to 3. I pay back $4,900 of this loan. It comes back in my account, and there's $100 remaining. And my next payment is gonna be about 18 to 19 months later. So guess what I'm gonna do with that same 4,900 that just came back? I'm gonna generate another secure loan. Remember I told y'all we could do 3. So now we got 4,900. Now we pay back 4,800. And then we run it right back. So we used $5,000 and we made it look like we had $5,000 3 times, y'all. This is one of the strategies. So now that's 6 accounts we're at. That's 6 accounts we're at. And guess what? You can go to DCU. They actually have a credit builder loan, which is something like a secure loan where they give you $3,000 and you can run the same play with them.
Whoa, wait. I know that you're getting a lot of information from this video. Before you move on, I just want to let you know that I offer more value. So I do offer a private community where I teach you all these methods step by step in a community setting. I teach you how to repair your credit, build your credit, structure your LLC, and also different ways and different methods to get funding, personal and business. And I also teach you how to make money off the information that I'm giving. So if you're interested in this offer, click the link below and join my private community.
Then we have another bank called Space Coast, CU. You can get in with them. Then we have Andrews, FCU. But again, you still want to call these lenders and ask them the terms on their secure loans, y'all. So we're at 6 accounts. I gave y'all the banks y'all can go to. This is very valuable, y'all. Very valuable, because now we're showing the lenders that we have our own capital. We just finessed it with the secure credit cards. Now we're finessing it with the secure loans, y'all. This is what we're doing. And then now what we want to do is, you might be missing the credit age on your credit report, right? So how we're gonna do this is we're gonna get an authorized user. We're either gonna get an authorized user or we're gonna go on somewhere like Credit Sesame or Rent Reporters. Rent Reporters, you used to be able to backdate your rent 10 years, but they caught on. You can backdate it 10 years on the website, but when it reports to your credit report, it's only gonna show 2 years backdated, y'all. So that jig is up. This is why we gotta take the source that we get, the newest, the latest info, and execute right away. Don't wait for you. Don't call your brother after this video and ask him, yo, I just watched the video. I just watched this video. Should I take action on this information? No. I'm giving you the info. Just run the play. Run the play. So next, what we want to do is we want to go on Credit Sesame. Like I told y'all, we could backdate it 10 years. That's how we're gonna get the credit age. So now where we at? We at 7 accounts. Now let's go right back to the trade lines, the authorized users. And I'm gonna tell you the good part about authorized users. I'm gonna tell you the bad part. Because everybody, they think it's the special. It's like a special thing behind trade lines. It's not the end all be all. Like, oh my God, I need 5 trade lines. No, that's not the case. But the good thing about trade lines is they actually give you the age of the person's credit card that you get on. So let's say my mom, your mom, my mom, whoever's mom, whoever grandfather, whoever aunt, somebody older who had credit cards for years, at least 15 years, 10 years. They add me to their credit card. All the data points on their credit card is going to show up on my credit report. So now I had 1 year of credit age because I just started. I might have started off. I got 6 months credit age. Guess what? Grandma, she just added me to her credit card. She had 15 years. So the way that they average the age out on your credit report. So now that 1 year just from adding 16 years from grandma, 15 years, it goes up to like 6, 7. Now I got 7 years worth of credit age, y'all. That's one of the hacks with that. So when you do get authorized users, you want to get 2 or 3. You don't want to go crazy. You want to get one with a high age, which is anything over, I say, anything over 9 years. And you want to get one with a high limit, and that's anywhere over 20K and up. So this is how we want to structure our credit report. 3 trade lines, and you don't want to overdo the trade lines. What's happening now too with the trade lines is lenders are closing people's credit cards if they see too many trade lines on your credit report, because it just looks like you're trying to finesse something. Why did you just add 6 authorized users in the last 90 days? Let's think about it, y'all. We gotta think, these people in the bank, they're real people. These people have Instagram, these people have YouTube. They're watching this video probably right now too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta understand that these are real people. So you think that you're gonna finesse your credit report with a authorized user for the utilization to go down? No, that's not the case. There's a real person, an underwriter, when they go to do that application, they can tell what you try to do. So a lot of people, they like, yo, I need a 50K authorized user to bring down my utilization. What the lenders are actually doing is they're looking at each individual credit card. So when we say 30% or lower utilization, that means each credit card individually. They're looking at each one, y'all. So we just want to be mindful of what we're doing with our credit reports now, because everything is tightening up. A lot of people defaulted on this business funding. They defaulted on personal funding. So now, guess what? They got to protect their assets. They got to protect their bank. They got to protect their deposits. So now they're tightening up. It's getting stricter. So I just gave y'all, I just gave y'all 10 accounts. So those are the 10 accounts that you want to add to your credit report in 2025 to be able to get access to over $100,000. And so here's another thing that I always run into. So I'm gonna give y'all a story behind what I'm about to tell y'all. So a lot of people, they might have their own business. Yo, listen, I've been in business 5 years, bro, but somehow my credit just went left, bro. I just feel like everything's going downhill. I need more capital, bro, but I got a 580. All right, bro, you got to do credit repair, right? That's timely. But guess what we can do to be able to add more capital to our business? There's something called a credit partner that you can use, and you can add them to your business to be able to get access to funding. So there's really no excuses to this. So if you have somebody in your inner circle or somebody that you could trust and somebody that trusts you, because it goes both ways with a credit partner, because this person will be adding themselves to your business. So what you need to make something like this happen is you need an operating agreement. So for instance, I'll go to Chase, right? I'll go to Chase with my operating agreement, and I will put my credit partner as 90% owner of the business and put me at 10%. Anybody who's under 25% of percentage that owns the business, they will not pull their credit. They can't pull their credit, y'all. So we're gonna put the person with good credit at 90% owner on this operating agreement, and then we're gonna put the other person at 10%, y'all. And then guess what? We can go get this document from somewhere called rocketlawyer.com, y'all. So in your state, they have their own specific operating agreement. So you'll go on that website, you'll go on Rocket Lawyer, you'll find the operating agreement, you'll go to, and you got to go inside for this, y'all. You can't just do this online. You have to actually go in a physical bank to make this happen. So you'll add them. Now you'll go in the bank, you'll apply for funding, and how we apply for funding with business is we go through our reps, y'all. So we don't go like everybody else. We don't go in the bank and just have them type in a bunch of stuff and just pray for the highest limit. No, what we do is we go to our bank reps because we're able to request the limit. So Chase, we always talk about Chase. I could request 50K from Chase. I could request 50K from, well, I say 40K from US Bank. I could go request 50K from Citizens. I could go request 30K from Truist. You see what I'm saying? So we're not just going in like everybody else, and that's another strategy that we do to get that we use to maximize business funding, y'all. And there's no excuses. I don't let anybody slide with any excuses. Yo, bro, my credit is bad. So guess what? I met a business owner who owns a juice shop. He owns a juice shop, right? He told me his whole story. Yo, bro, my girl's in the 800s. I don't know how we can intertwine this so I could be able to get funding for my business. But yo, bro, I really need to make something happen. So I gave him this exact strategy, and he was able to go get $20,000 from Amex just from adding his female to the operating agreement and then going through Amex to go get the funding, y'all. So this is one of the strategies that we use, y'all. This is no cap, no fluff, and this is how we're gonna maximize every opportunity in 2025, man. There's no excuses. Let's get it, man.
Crashing my credit and boosted it up. You ain't run a plays, you ain't one of us. Meeting with lenders, gaining they trust. 100K funding, that ain't enough.